Well, good afternoon, my YouTube friends. It's Margaret here from M.E.s Orchids, and I'm just going to do some fertilising today of my Cattleyas. And this was a reading I did on the 8th of April. That's when I just introduced the calcium. I'd put tap water, but of course I don't use tap water anymore. I use rainwater, and those were the readings then. And this is the reading today. I've got rainwater, you see it's still 40, it's around about that mark, 6.46, there's not much difference there, and I've fertilised it with, now where have I put that, I'll just have to stretch over if you'll bear with me a minute, and I've fertilised it with 1.5 millilitres, which brought the TDS up to 140 and brought the pH up to 5.9. And this is the fertiliser that I've been using, and there's the little pipette, and I've used 1.5. And I have used, now you see on that one it was 2.5 of the calcium, and that's when I said to you that it brought the pH up quite high. Now today, because I'm using the liquid formula, it's 5.90, and when I look at my, excuse me banging about, when I look at my trusty little chart, there we go. There, you see I'm in between that one, which is the normal range. And so I'm going to water, I'm going to feed the Cattleyas today. And let me just show you, I brought the magnifying glass because I don't know whether this camera will pick it up. It's usually very good at picking close-ups. But I just thought I'd just bring this in. Now I don't know, you see you're catching my light now. That's the only trouble when you want to put a magnifying glass in front, that it will actually reflect back if you're not careful. But there's that little nubbin I keep telling you about, and it just grows tiny little amount, tiny little amount. And of course I'm not doing anything with that. And this is the other one. Now I don't know where I point my finger, there. Is it any different there? There's that little bump, and it's still a little bump. But, you know, the leaves are still fine. They're not that desiccated, and hopefully in a few months' time they may well respond. So I'm going to go to each individual Cattleya. Now this one hasn't fared too well, it's got a few marks on its leaves, and I don't know why. And this is the Cattleya lobata, or lobata. And let me see the marks on a leaf here. Might be some kind of, I don't think it's a virus because it wouldn't be growing, well whatever it is, it doesn't look very nice. But anyway, now this one has been watered, it's just an orchid bark, and at the moment I can't see any, well not from the surface, I can't see any new growths. And what I'm trying to do is keep you in focus while I just peek towards the side of the camera. As I say, I can't see any new growths on that one. She has given this new growth out here, so perhaps she won't give any more out now until that one has produced its roots. So that's that one. I'm just going to put them down at the side, if you bear with me for each one. Now this is the Cattleya violacea, intermedia rosa. again, you see, it's got this markings on the leaves, and I don't know what that is. If you remember, see, look at this. All these have been badly affected by, the leaves weren't clean, sorry, they were all badly affected by scale. That's another job I'm going to have to do today, is just to wipe the leaves. Now this is just planted in lava rock, and this was watered. What day are we today? Wednesday. I think this was watered on Sunday. And see that little tiny nubbin there? It's just showing some green. So I'm hoping that one now will be on the road to recovery. If I put that one down there now. And this one is 24 carat gold. This is a BLC. Now this one's planted up in lava rock and some grow stone. And again, this one was also had scale. But if you'll see there now, can you see? There we go. That one's sending out a new growth. The roots don't look brilliant, do they? And if I can just sneak in here while I keep you in focus. Maybe just tip her over there to see whether we can see anything. I mean, this one's anchored in that tight. That it won't move at all. Now I can't see anything else there, but there's that signs of that new growth there. So hopefully it may pick up and push out another growth somewhere there. I'll just have to keep my fingers crossed. And this one's romping away. This is the one that I've also got on a mount, and so this is the LC. Here we go. And this one's loving it here. I just put that there just to keep those nice and firm. And if we just take you round, see, she's got that root there that's stuck to the side of that terracotta pot, and she's got this nice growing root there, and she's got this new growth. So, and there's a possibility she may send out another eye from that area there. I'll just have to keep my fingers crossed. She's got a nice root there as well. And so if I just reach behind me now, this is exactly the same one, and this, I split these at a time when there were signs of fusarium, and I needed to see, I mean, whether or not they were suffering with scale and or fusarium, and this is the one that I put on this mount here. And when I look today, that she's still got a tiny bit of green on there, and I thought maybe she would actually have anchored herself down onto this piece of wood, but she hasn't done so far. But this is doing wonderful. She's got that new growth there. That growing root, you can see there, has pushed itself into this piece of wood. It's absolutely marvellous how it does that. And this one just hangs up behind me. Now that will be watered shortly. So that's the other one to that one. And this one, I always think this is heavy when I lift it up and it's as light as a feather. Now let's just have a look. This is Pamela Hetherington, and there, that little new root. She's got that big root there. And when I looked this morning, if you bear with me a minute, that little thing there, I think that one's going to develop into a new growth. And we just take it round gently. I don't know if you can see there, where my thumbnail is just there. That's possibility that also could develop into a new growth. And let's just have a look down here. Let me see if I can see what you're seeing. Just bear with me a minute. There we go. There. So, oh, and there's the other one. I knew I'd got another one somewhere. There. Can you see it? Now I wasn't sure whether that would develop because some of these eyes had scale on them, and they did get damaged, but that's not damaged. And then it's coming out with that root there. So I've got no scale in my collection now, and I'm absolutely thrilled about that, because that was one of the worst. I'm going to get up now because I just need to reach across there. That's one of the worst experiences I've ever had scale, I tell you. I'm just reaching over, if you don't mind, which just takes you out of focus for a minute or two, but I just need to bring these other few to the little table. And there we go. Right. Now, whether it'll come back into focus now. I'm hoping it will. And I've just shown you, I think I put it down there, the Cattleya lobata. And this was the other piece. You know, sometimes you take it out of a pot and then all of a sudden a piece falls off. Well, this is one of those pieces that fell off. See, she's got that new growth there. And she's got that new growth there. But at the moment, she's got no new roots. And there we go. So that's what I'm waiting for with this one. And this one here, which is on the piece of bamboo, that one is the awarded one. And that's got this, let's see if she's in the right light. That's got this new growth just there, but as yet no new roots. So I'm just going to hang this one there. This is the Cattleya autumnalis, if I can bring her down here now. And this one's really doing well, and it's got that new growth there. This one is such a slow grower. Can you see there in that area there that she's got on that second pseudobulb, and on the third one she's got 2 bumps at the bottom, and those are going to be possible eyes. And she's doing exceptionally well. Just hung her there. And this is the other one. This is the, let's get a label the right way around and then we can see. And here we go. Come on, where am I? I've not got her in, I've not got it in focus. There we go. Now this is only in a little tiny container, and this one's potted up in lava rock, some hydrogen balls and some decorative gravel. Now I don't know whether you can see. Just let me get the magnifying glass and hope it doesn't reflect too badly. Down in there could be a sheath forming. Well, that'll be a miracle, because this is another one that had been badly affected with scale, and I do check them quite regularly. And but this one has given me out this new growth here, and then I've got that one there. So this is going to get fed as well today. So that's another one that's recovered, and hopefully we'll go from strength to strength. Now I'm just going to bob that one over here, and I've got the two little ones which I don't know whether you'll see there in the terrarium. I won't pull them out and I won't go too close, but they're coming on fine. And this is the big one, so I'll end with this big one here, and I've saved this one till last because this is enormous. And this is Pastoral Innocence, and for those who follow me, this came from Madeira, and it was terribly infested with scale, and I did put this one through the mill, poor thing, and I didn't think it'd ever forgive me. But it has, and look at that big new growth there. Absolutely wonderful, and it's sent new roots out. It's got them there, over here. That one used to have a growing tip, and don't ask me why I lost it. I've no idea. See, some of the eyes aren't viable. They just turn brown, and which is a shame. But she's got another eye there which turned brown. There is a possibility it may send out another eye from somewhere else. See, I lost quite a few eyes with the... There was another eye. There was another eye. I lost quite a few eyes with the treatment, because all this area here I had to scrape clean, get that scale off, and I think those eyes were just damaged in the process, and I'm not sure whether that's going to be a root, if it'll manage to get through. I've no idea. But the plant itself, she's got marks on her, and that can't be helped. That part here is just the sunburn that it got burnt. It's surprising even in here how it got burnt. Now, if I just gone behind what I'm trying to do, I do apologise about taking out of focus. This is the oh no, I'm not going to show you that because that's the wrong genre. Just thinking about it now, I think that might be it. So thank you for joining me. As I say, I'm going to feed these now, and oh yes, I knew I'd got one last one to show you. And this is the Cattleya. L. Attilio, and I can't read that, Santa Maria. And look at those lovely roots. She's got a new growth there as well. There we go, that's probably better light. And she's on this this piece of wood here. She sent that root into that sphagnum moss, and she's doing fine. Let's just Just have a look at the back of that wood. Everybody's paranoid now about the mounts in case they're on the wrong type of wood, but I think she's fine. As I say, your orchids will tell you if they're not doing well. And so that's it, I think, now, folks. So thank you for joining me, and that's the last view. And take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye now.